The surroundings may look different today because I am filming at CoverGirl. I am so excited to be using all these CoverGirl products that I'm about to show you and recommend some holiday products that are both perfect for you and your makeup routine, and also 5 products that you absolutely need to be gifting this holiday season. Every year the holidays come quicker and quicker, and this year is no different. So let's start discussing holiday beauty. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about beauty that you can both gift and wear yourself, and I'm going to be recommending to you 5 CoverGirl products that you absolutely need this holiday season. So let's start my makeup routine, and as we go through it, I'm going to tell you which ones you need. So before we start any makeup look, you know that I love to start with a little bit of skin prep. So I didn't even know that CoverGirl made this. This is the Clean Fresh Skincare. It is a priming glow mist. It is for 8-hour hydration. It is the True Clean Cactus Water. It is perfect for all skin types. I don't know about you guys, but after Halloween and as soon as we get into November, December, January, my skin gets so dry. So I need as much protection as possible. And I'm so glad that CoverGirl has something that we can put on before we even put on our makeup. First of all, this mist has a light scent to it. It makes me feel awake, energized, revigorated. I love like makeup spray that also gives a scent that makes me feel good. This has it. All right, so the first product I'm going to be recommending to you for this holiday season for makeup for yourself or to gift is the CoverGirl. This is the Midnight Sky Clean Color. The reason why I'm recommending it is because you have 2 neutral shades. So if you know someone that's a neutral, loves neutrals, loves more natural looks, you can do that with this palette. If you love someone that loves just a little bit of pop of color, you can take that navy and put it underneath the lower lash line. You could take that navy, put it all over the lid for a smoky eye. You can definitely give this to somebody who loves a more bolder look because you have the neutrals built in for your crease color to build up that depth. This palette like just has it all, and the color blue, that sapphire for the holiday season, is definitely going to make you stand out. It's going to make blue eyes pop, green eyes pop, brown eyes pop. This is just the palette to make your eyes pop, and it's going to have you looking great no matter if you're having a holiday day event or a holiday night event. And you can take it from day to night. All right, so again, this is the 282 Midnight Sky. And this is vegan, talc-free, which I've been really trying to reach for talc-free products lately, and I love that more and more brands, especially CoverGirl, are going the talc-free route. It makes me feel better, like I'm not inhaling all of that talc. It's also paraben-free and it's fragrance-free, so you're not gonna have any irritation if you have sensitive skin. All right, so let's get this on the eye. I'm gonna start with this more like bronzy shade right here. I'm gonna start by putting that in the crease. Gonna give it a little dimension. So I love that this has a little bit of shimmer to it. So it's gonna both brighten and add depth. Not shimmer, it's not shimmery. It has a little bit of those like light reflection in it, but it's not shimmery. Shimmery was the wrong word. But it's gonna add a little bit of depth and light, which I feel like a lot of shadows don't do that. But this is like the perfect shade to start with. Put it right here. I'm wiping off my brush just slightly, and I'm going to go right into the blue. I'm going right into the blue. Now, I'm not going to do a full smoky eye. I am going to do just a light wash of color because I want to show you how versatile this palette is, and we will swatch it as soon as I'm done my look. So I'm going to tap the shadow on because this is a great way to kind of deposit just a light amount, because if you swipe your brush, like, you are getting full pigmentation. Do you see that? That's not any primer. And if you were using primer, I mean, just look at that. It's even got a kind of creamy consistency. So if you're looking for a product that you don't have to do a lot of prep on the eye with, this is your palette, because it's going to have that almost smooth, creamy to powder formula, which also makes applying a lighter wash of it super easy. So I'm just tapping that all over my lid. And this would be something that you can wear if you're a parent and you're going to like a school holiday party, but you want a little pop of color, you don't want to just go neutral, do that. If you want to just go neutral, you could always use this more shimmery bronzy color, play it safe a little bit, and then just use the blue on the lower lash line, just a slight little bit, and you will get that pop still. But for me, I want that pop on the lid today. You see how subtle that is? It just gives my eye just a little bit of something, and you can keep blending too, you can keep building. I think that's enough. I'm going to wipe off my brush, and I'm going back into that middle shade too, because I want to have a little bit on the brush when I pick up the blue. That's one of my biggest tips too, is that if you find a shade's a little too dark, go into the lighter shade, wipe it off a little bit, and then go into that darker shade, and you're going to already have it kind of like pre-blended on your brush. So if you've ever doing like one eye and then you go to the other eye and you're like, well, why is one eye darker or lighter? Well, what was your brush doing before? So the creamy consistency, the creamy to powder formula makes this palette a must-have for the holiday season, both for yourself or anybody you're gifting to. It's perfect for those who have a knowledge of makeup, and also great for makeup novices. If you just use your fingers to apply your makeup, you can have great results as this as well. I mean, look at the results there. You can have full opacity, full blue, sparkling, not sparkling, but blue sapphire holiday look with this shade. With no effort at all, no primer, nothing. So there we go. That really is making my eyes pop, and you can see that it's not, shimmery sparkly is not the word. I don't know why I keep using that, because I'm associating with the holiday. But this is definitely going to give your eyes a brightness without going overly glittery, overly shimmery, but it's still going to catch the light. I don't know how CoverGirl did that, but they did it. So you're still going to have all that light catching property. People are going to be looking at your eyes, but if you want to stay away from more glittery shades this holiday, this is it. Okay. So now that we have that on, I'm going to go into another brush, a fluffy brush, and I'm going to go into this copper just a little bit underneath the eye. I don't want to have a full opacity. And the great thing about these shadows is they are so opaque, but I just want to soften that a little bit right underneath the eye, and again added a little bit of brightness there. Okay, so this palette, amazing. Now if you want to pair this palette with a great mascara, that brings me to product number 2. Second product that I'm recommending for the holiday season as your must-have from CoverGirl is the CoverGirl Lash Blast Cleantopia. This one is the new one in Ultramarine Black. First of all, it's going to give you nice, full, lush lashes. It's the mascara that you trust from CoverGirl, but it's also plant powered, it's a clean mascara, you're going to get extreme lush volume, and it's an intense black with a hint of blue. So it's really going to make, again, blue eyes pop, green eyes pop, brown eyes pop, and it's going to pair really, really well with this palette. Gift these together for the ultimate gift. Okay, so I'm going to open this one up. And as a reminder, this is paraben free. This has no mineral oil. This has fragrance free, talc free, and PCR material, post-consumer material. So it's recycled material. So here's the mascara up close. You can see it has just that hint of blue. It's not going to be your ultra pop of blue. It's not an 80s blue. It is a more like someone's right here, they're looking at you and they're like, what's this something special on your face? It's CoverGirl. All right, so we're going to do a few coats. The first thing I'm going to tell you is that when you first use this, you're going to immediately see lengthening of your lashes. If you have longer lashes, if you're using a lash curler, you're going to see even better results. My lashes go straight down and have no lift, and this immediately gives them lift and gives them length. And lift and length is, I need that. So I love that it's buildable and you can keep getting your layers and defining your lashes without it clumping. So if you're like me, again, tiny lashes, and you need to do a few coats, because let's be honest, not everybody can do the one swipe and done, you're able to do that without any, you don't have to worry about getting spidery lashes. We save that for Halloween, not for the holiday season. So this is one lash done, and you can see that there is a remarkable difference between this lash and this lash. So now I'm going to move on to the other lash, and again, the blue is so beautifully subtle that if you were looking for just a little bit of pop of something special, even if you were doing your natural look, even if you were using just these two shades from the Cleantopia and then you went in with this mascara, your look is definitely going to have people saying, what is that? What are you using? What did you do different? And it's such a subtle change to change the like undertone of your mascara. I know a lot of people get really scared with colored mascara, but I promise you, this is not the scary kind of mascara. This is the kind that you're going to want to try, and once you do, you're going to be like, why wasn't I using lightly tinted mascara this whole time? So I've done the second lash here, and you can see again, we have lift, we have length, and it is really making my eyes pop. So I'm going back into the other side. Now, I always say, like, when you redo your mascara, like when you let it sit, twirl your brush as you go. This way you evenly coat every single lash, and you're going to continue to get those defined lashes. But even if you don't, there's no clumping, which again, I love. I've stepped away from falsies in the recent years, and it's mascaras like these that make me happy that mascaras are what they are today, because I feel like I have so many options. And when you use like false lashes, you can't get this hint of blue. You can't. You only get it from CoverGirl. I really love how this is complementing just that hint of blue on my lids. Now, I do want to show you, in case you can't see, this is the color compared to the shadow. You can see they're very similar, and I know that might look a little bit intimidating, but look at it on my lashes. It is a blue, but it really just enhances your overall eye look and kind of make your, again, it kind of has that, like, not shimmer is the wrong word, but it has that light catching, that there's a light catching property to it that is just going to make your eyes stand out. And that's why I'm saying this is one of your must-haves. You need this for the holiday season. You need this for gifting and for yourself, because it's going to make people say, what did you do differently? Now we're going to move on to foundation, and it brings me to my third product that you must have for the holiday season, both for yourself and for gifting, and that is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk. I have been all about products that make my skin still look like skin. I'm 38 years old. I don't want my skin looking cakey, not for the holiday, not for beyond, not for gifting. The only cake I want to give is a fruit cake that people sometimes eat. So this is a nourishing foundation. It has coconut milk, it has aloe extract. This shade is light medium, and it's going to give you a dewy finish, so you're not going to have a fully, you know, matte look, but I'm going to show you how you can slightly mattify it and have like the dewy matte look that's really you see everywhere from like TikTok to beyond. I'm going to show you how to do that as well. But let's get this on. So I like to apply it with my fingers. So I'm going to start by putting just a little bit right there. You don't need too much. Oh my goodness, don't use the finger that you had your eyeshadow on. Okay, so like rule number one, if you've swatched your eyeshadow, don't put your finger in the foundation. Oh my goodness, it's okay, we'll fix it. Okay, take two. So you start by just tapping. Am I still getting that blue? That shadow is so good. That shadow is so good. Okay, it's all off. All right, take three. Alright, so we've got all that foundation, beautiful. Just look at how beautiful that is on the skin. It feels like a moisturizer. It's incredibly lightweight. It's not going to clog your pores because it's not heavy. It is going to cover up any redness you have, any fine lines. It's going to plump up because it's hydrating. And like, I have a little bit of redness here, and I just want to show you that like it annihilates it if you apply it a little bit thicker in areas where you need it more. Look at that. So if you're looking for a very flexible foundation, this is it. Lightweight, covers up what it needs to cover up. So this foundation is lightweight, it is moisturizing, and it gives you a skin-like coverage. So those are the top three reasons why you absolutely need to have this foundation in your routine for the holiday season, and it'll make the perfect gift to anybody that loves makeup and wants their skin to shine through and have those very trendy TikTok and Instagram looks of that dewy, fresh skin. All right, now I did tell you that I want to do a dewy matte look. So for me, my problem areas are usually right here and under my eye. Everywhere else needs as much moisture as possible. So I'm going in with the CoverGirl Clean Invisible. This is a powder. It's a pressed powder, and I don't use too much of this. I put my hair just a little bit in there, just get as little as possible, and I'll apply this just lightly, and I'm gonna blend it out with a brush where I need just a little bit more. Where I need just a little bit more coverage. And we're also putting on concealer. I'm going to show you a little trick too. Blend that out across my forehead, still maintaining all of that dew. And I blend this out across my eyes, again, still maintaining all that dewiness on my cheek without over mattifying my look. So I use my powder targeted rather than all over my face. Now, I did mention I was using concealer, so if you're wondering why did I put powder on under my eye, that's because it's going to give it a base. I'm using that kind of like as a primer. I know it sounds, but trust me when I say it works. If you have any sort of dark circles under your eyes, do the lightest amount of foundation, maybe even don't, just the lightest amount, whatever's left on your finger. Then put the lightest amount of powder there, brush it off, and then go with your concealer, and you're gonna have just like almost a Velcro base to put that concealer on, and it's not going to budge all day, and it's not going to look cakey, and it's not going to settle into your fine lines. So I'm using the Simply Ageless because I am 38 years old and I need something that's going to help me look just a little younger. Under eye circles, puffiness, lines, those are problems that I have underneath my eye area, and the CoverGirl Simply Ageless Triple Action Concealer addresses it. Also, I love the tip because instead of being like a sponge or a doe foot applicator, there's nothing on here, so you're not going to worry about the product being wiped off as you apply it. I'm using the shade Buff Beige. You don't need a lot. So I tend to focus my concealer just where I need it. Like, gone are the days where we do like the triangles. We're not clowns anymore. Again, that's for Halloween. That's not for this. That's not for the holiday season. And I like to use my finger to dab that in, focusing on that little crease, that crevice that I have. A lot of us have that as we get older. And I'm focusing just on that soft area underneath my eye. The under area of your eye, the skin is your thinnest skin on your face. If you pull it, if you tug it, you're going to give yourself lines. It's going to make dark circles worse. So if you've ever been like pulling, and that might be why your dark circles are getting worse. Whereas this, look at that, dark circles diminished. Now, this helps to depuff, conceal, and care, so you're going to have a little bit of those skincare benefits built into this, which makes your routine a little bit more simple because you don't have to include products that would depuff and do all those other things and color correct when your concealer is doing all of it in one. Okay, so let's do the brows, and this brings me to product number 4. Everybody does their brows, right? The consensus is pretty much everybody does their brows. So what better gift to give this holiday season than the gift of good brows? So this is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Brow Liner, and I'm going to tell you why you need this in your routine and why it would make a fantastic gift. So you have a 1mm nano pencil, meaning you are going to get the finest line. So whether you are drawing in your brows from scratch, you are filling in aging brows that have sparse areas, or you have full brows and you want to define them, this is your product. This is the color Auburn Brown that I'm going to be using on my brows, because even though they're darker, I don't go with full black, because when I do, it makes my brows look too boxy. So I always go just a little bit lighter. It is the tiniest pencil ever, but it's really going to allow you to get and define your brows. So this pencil is going to give you those hair-like strokes. You can wear this all day. It's waterproof. It's not going to sweat off. It's clean, it's vegan, and it's cruelty-free. So for my brows, I have fuller brows, so what I need to do is just define them a little bit. Now, I know that a lot of you Gen Z want to pluck all your eyebrows off because that's what's trending, but what happens when you do that is you get sparse areas in your brows when you're older. But if you are Gen Z and you are taking all your brows off, this would be a great product to get those pencil thin brows that we were all wearing in the 90s. So if you're looking for that Pamela Anderson brow, this product, it has you. So whether you're a millennial, a boomer, or a Gen Z, or younger, this brow pencil has you covered. That's why I'm saying it makes the perfect gift, because it addresses so many different kind of brows. So this holiday season, everybody's brows are looking good. Everybody's gonna have good brows. And I'm going slow with this and just building, building, building. But you can already see the difference in my two brows, whereas this one just looks more defined, it looks more full. I don't even think I have to do anything else to it. And yes, the brow pencil does come with a spoolie brush on the other side. So let's see, this brow is always just a little bit more sparse. I think I went a little bit more heavy-handed with the tweezing on it when I was younger. Remember, brows aren't twins, they're like cousins. I feel like mine are distant cousins. Like one grew up in a different state. It just doesn't know the ways of the other brow. They wouldn't get along. It's like a tale of the city mouse and the country mouse. but with brows. But I think it did both brows pretty nicely. I think the brows look good. So this product, definitely a gifting must-have, and will have your brows looking perfect, always. So let's get our face done. We put our foundation on, as you can see, still doesn't look cakey, but I do want to add a little bit of color to the face because the holiday season's all about that like flush, we add a little bit more contours back into our routine, and we're not going to go heavy with it either. So CoverGirl has both blush and bronzer in their So Flushed line. This is in the shade 420 Warmth, and this is in the shade 320 Love Me, and I'm going to be using this as a bronzer and this as a blush, and I'm going to be keeping them very light, and I'm going to be applying very high on the face. So I'm using the same brush that I did the powder on, but I'm going to dim it a little bit. And I keep my contour high, so I don't do that in the Kim K number 3. I just want to enhance my natural features, and my goal is to kind of get those cheekbones popping. I am Native American, and I'm actually filming this during Native American Heritage Month, and I'm wearing earrings that my mom made me. So definitely want to make those Native American cheekbones pop. But if you're not Native American, take a look at your face, go like this. I know you're going to make a silly face, your kids are going to laugh at you, or your significant other, your cat, is going to laugh at you when you make that face. But let me tell you something, it'll help you find where to define your face. And if your face is a little bit rounder, you might want to keep your bronzer and your blush higher. If your face is longer, you might also want to keep it higher. Depending on how your face shape is, anytime you bring down your blush or your bronzer, it's going to make your face look longer. So I'm trying to keep it high, get my skin, my face looking snatched and thinner. Those are my goals. So I'm putting it just up there, and I'm going to actually blend my blush into that. Alright, so let's get the blush. This is the Love Me blush. I'm going into the blush. You can see it's got a nice shade here. This is at like full opacity, so this is going to be great for lighter to medium skin tones. But if you want like a lighter blush on medium to darker skin tones, this will also work for that. And I'm going to apply it lightly right over where I did that bronzer. Apply it, wipe, and blend. And it's going to give your face a defined and flushed look. Great for the holiday season. You're at a party, people aren't going to know if you had a little bit too much to drink, or if you're blushing because someone hit on you, or if you're just, you know, holly jolly. Nobody's going to know. Or it might be CoverGirl. Easy breezy CoverGirl. Alright, so that brings us to the last product recommendation for the holiday season. I don't know about you guys, but my lips get so chapped during the holiday season. I just want them to be glossy. I want them to be hydrated. I want them to be yummy. Did you guess the product? It's the Yummy Gloss from CoverGirl. It is the Clean Fresh Yummy Gloss. This is product number 5. You need this for your holiday looks, for your gifting, because nobody's going to get sad when they see this under their tree, or as a gift for Hanukkah, or if you don't celebrate anything and you're just having an office party and everybody's exchanging gifts. Nobody's going to be sad about this. They offer this in so many colors, from like clear all the way to more colored options. This is actually one of their more medium options. They have see-through and opaque, kind of opaque, so it's like medium opacity, but they all smell they smell so good. They literally live up to the name. They're yummy. They're vegan. They're cruelty-free, and they just look so beautiful on the lips. Now, before I apply this, I do want to put on a little bit of lip liner. It's not from CoverGirl, but I do want to prep my lips a little bit. My light just went. But we can still see me, so it's fine. It's kind of like at the Oscars, where your time is up, you gotta stop talking. I think that's CoverGirl's way of saying it's time. No, just kidding. Or it's because I pulled out the non-CoverGirl product. I'm joking, I'm joking, I'm joking. Alright, so I prime my lips a little bit, and I'm going into the shade. This is Sweet Skies. And the tip is a really big, generous sized doe foot applicator. So here's why I recommend the Yummy Gloss as product number 5. First of all, non-sticky, non-tacky, does not bleed, does not feather, cruelty-free and vegan, and it smells amazing. I love how it makes my lips look so plump. And this one is kind of like the perfect neutral. So if you don't know what shade to get someone and you know that they like a neutral, this is your shade. If you like a more see-through one, the shade here is shade Let's Get Physical, like Fizzy Pop. They might like this one if they like a more sheer shade. And it would also be great for like teenagers or somebody just getting into makeup. But for me as a 38-year-old woman, I like a good nude gloss. And I feel like everybody has been wearing a nude gloss, but they do have colors as well. So options upon options, all smell delicious, all wear perfectly. And I think I want to put one more mist of the CoverGirl Priming Glow Mist. So this is my look using all CoverGirl products, and I feel like anybody who would be gifted these would love to use them as well because they work, they are vegan, cruelty-free, and many of these are clean as well. So they make the perfect gift for anybody that's trying to be a little bit more sustainable as well and might not know that CoverGirl offers that. Also, don't be afraid to play with color and don't take color too literally. So if you see a palette and it has dark shades and you're like, oh, I would never wear that, sheer it out a little bit, because I usually don't go for too dark of a shade, but tell me this is not absolutely popping on my brown eyes and it looks age appropriate on someone like me who's 38. And I don't use the word age appropriate lightly because I love bright bold colors too, but I feel like for the holiday season, this would work for anybody, whether you're going to parent meetings, holiday parties, office parties. Like, you can have fun with color. Don't be afraid of color. You can bring color into your world, even if you have a more like businessy setting. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't be afraid of it. Try this palette. So that finishes up the look. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe. And if you aren't already, head over to Instagram at Recycled Stardust and give me a follow. And if you're on TikTok, I'm also there at Recycled Stardust, no E before the D. So I hope this gift guide helped to take a little bit of the guesswork out of your holiday season gifting and makeup planning.